And it goes in chapter 15, verses 11 to 20. Verse 11, Sheol and Abaddon lie open before the Lord, how much more than the hearts of men. And so you'll see quite a few things in this section where God's comparing two different things. He's better than this, better than that, and we're looking at different two situations here. Looking at death, God can see all things. He can see who's died, where they are, and He can see your heart. And so it's important that everything actually is exposed and lies before God, and we need to know that even our hearts, He knows all things. Verse 12, a scoffer does not love one who reproves him, he will not go to the wise. Again, we've repeated this over, that we need to be able to receive rebuke, we need to be able to take correction. A scoffer does not want to be told that he's wrong. He refuses to hear the other side, and he always thinks he's right. Verse 13, a joyful heart makes a cheerful face, but when the heart is sad, the spirit is broken. There's a relationship between what we say, between what we think, between what our heart is, and our heart even makes our body sick. And so it's so important that God's doing a work in our hearts. And so a joyful heart will make you happy and joyful. Verse 14, the mind of the intelligent seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feeds on folly. The fool is always happy to talk nonsense, get caught up in just frivolous things, whereas the wise man is always looking for answers. He's looking for knowledge. He wants to know more of the Lord. He wants to know how what God is like and what is God's will for his life, whereas the fool doesn't want to consider those things. He's happy to talk and joke around all day. All the days of the afflicted are bad, but a cheerful heart has a continual feast. And here's a couple of comparing. Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than a great treasure and turmoil with it. Rather have a little of material things and have more important things in your life, like the fear of the Lord. People don't emphasize that. But I'd rather have a bit of fear of the Lord than a lot of money. And so a lot of money is not going to bring you any spiritual benefit. Better is a dish of vegetables where love is than a fattened ox served with hatred. Sometimes we want to have the big party, we want to have the meat, we want to have all the nice things, but what's much better is love. Love is the greater. So rather have a plain meal, but if there's love and fellowship and friendship, then have this big do, but there's hatred there. Verse 18, a hot-tempered man stirs up strife, but the slow to anger calms a dispute. Again, just a gentle answer turns away wrath. We need to learn to hold the tongue. We need to learn to control our emotions. These are very, very important principles. Verse 19, the way of the lazy is a hedge of thorns, but the path of the upright is a highway. The lazy man is always going to have troubles. He's going to have uphill battles. It's like he's swimming upstream. You can imagine he's trying to get through life, but it's like trying to climb through a hedge of thorns. He's getting pricked, it's difficult, whereas a highway is plain sailing. And so the diligent man, he's hardworking, he's planning his life, he's getting his ducks in a row, things are going right. But for the lazy man, life is just a challenge. Even just to get up in the morning, to have a meal, it's just a problem. Verse 20, a wise son makes his father glad, but a foolish man despises his mother. And so we know mothers have more of a heart for their children. That's the way God's designed them. And so when the children disobey and they become rebellious, it affects the mom. Whereas the father wants to see the son excel, and he wants to be proud of the son who's achieving. And so a wise son makes a father glad, but a foolish one despises his mother.